What's up, guys? Welcome back. It is a spicy morning. We've been pretty much waiting for this spice to hit us, and it's finally come. Sit back, grab a brew, roll one up, smash the likes, and subscribe. Get hype. Share the stream out. Help engage so that more people see this stream. We got a lot to talk about. Crypto is pumping. Why is it pumping? And is it going to continue, or are we going to have some kind of sell-off pullback, or etc.? Is this a bear market rally? Is this a dead cat bounce? Or are we on our ways back to new all-time highs? If only I had the answer, but we're going to do the best today to figure that out for you. Check out crownanalysis.com and let's get into the goodies. This week was packed full, or last week was packed full of really important economic data. This week, following suit, we did have President Biden speak yesterday. We might have to take a look at that clip. It was hilarious. Saying essentially banks are secure and everything is okay. And it does seem that way today. Banks did have crazy sell-offs. Some seeing 20-30% downsides, haltings in trading, etc. While Bitcoin stretched its wings. What's going on? We're going to also take a look at that answer. So today, we did have core CPI, month over month and year over year. And for the first time, the forecast pretty much met the actual expectations. CPI year over year at 6% and month over month at 0.4. The only number coming in a little hot would be core CPI month over month. That's only 0.1%. You know, this is really interesting. With the failing of banks and with the not bailouts going on, the Fed's in a really weird position. They're between a rock and a hard place. Essentially, they raise rates a lot to continue combating inflation, and they tank the banks. I don't really know if there's a point of combating inflation if your banks are out of money, and if your banks are underwater and no one can access their funds. Or they don't raise rates, and they end up with hyperinflation or lasting inflation, etc. People are a little nervous about this setup, and maybe rightfully so. This is not really ideal. However, this is the path that the last few decades have taken us down. This is not a surprise to anyone paying attention to the macro, and especially shout out to my fellow Bitcoin maximalists. This is pretty much the core of Bitcoin maximalism. It's not necessarily hating altcoins, because remember, at one point there weren't any, so what did the maximalists hate on? They hated on banks. They were advocates of self-custody, and Bitcoin itself was created in the Genesis block, stating January 8th or something, I don't know, 2009, UK Prime Minister Chancellor on the brink of second bank bailout. The cypherpunks saw this happening in real time 10 years ago in the 2008-2009 crisis and said, next time this happens, because it is inevitable, all fiat currencies follow this path. We want to have an alternative. Is Bitcoin the solution? Even as a maximalist, I don't think or know if it's the solution to everything, but what I do know is it's offered an alternative system. With people running to their banks, potentially not being able to get funds out, this really does highlight the bull or use case for Bitcoin. There is no such thing as an insolvent Bitcoin. There's no such thing as a bank run. There's no fractional reserve lending that gets us in the situation where there's not enough dollars for people. I don't know if I can make the argument, but I definitely am of the mindset that this is playing a role, though the charts may disagree because the charts already baking this in. This may be playing in a role in the pump today. Another factor for sure. We are just 8 days from Chirpow FOMC meeting. Tune in on the 22nd for that. And holy hell, has it been a crazy month of Fed rate targets. Looking at 25 BPS. No. 80% chance of a 25 BPS and a 20% chance of 0. I was speculating during yesterday's stream that these CPI numbers might not really matter much. We have honestly much bigger things in play at the moment that are going to shackle or handcuff the Feds to be unable to really continue what they're doing. As we bail out banks and as we secure debitors. Whether they say the taxpayer is paying for it or not, or it's not a bailout, etc., that money is coming from somewhere, and the answer is it's being imagined into existence. There's no other way to do it. It's always on the taxpayer. There's no way around it. They're just trying to make it sound not so scary. Stocks responding well. Interesting divergence, I believe, as yesterday they didn't do so hot, but now we see them up about 1.3 to 1.85% of the S&P 500. We'll probably take a peek at those. The dollar index did break support, I believe, last night, and I think at the day is trading basically at open. VIX down heavily. We should probably take a look at the VIX as well at some point. Funding rates, I definitely wanted to look at these. These really haven't been a great tool, I would say, in the last year, but in years prior, these have been amazing trading tools, and this was actually the tip-off for me to this rally. Coin-margined contracts, meaning people who are trading leverage contracts with Bitcoin as collateral versus dollars, which is the USDT or USD margined, went incredibly negative over the weekend. I have never seen them so negative. If you look on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, you can find that tweet. And you can see those negative 0.2, 0.3 fundings. Yesterday and the day before, the fundings were still very heavy, and I said, this rally is not over. Yesterday, they got a little neutral, and we were watching the predicted. That didn't happen while we were streaming, but the predicted did roll over, and what we're looking at right now is CoinEx heavily negative funding. Deribit a little bit bearish on a positive 0.2, but across the board, you can see that longs aren't getting overzealous, and this is a great factor and maybe one of the most important factors for if this rally is going to continue. I have been saying now for 2-3 months, the more people who believe this rally, the less likely it is to get us anywhere. And if we're looking at these token margin positions, it doesn't seem as if these traders think we're going anywhere. I think that's very bullish. Very bullish. We'll keep an eye on them. They are prone to change quickly at a whim, especially with price action. But as long as these remain deeply green, I'm going to continue looking for further upside, and that is just fine. Does it not? Does it not? I looked at these max pain prices, and they're not very interesting. I'm hoping these come back into play today. 24.2, tomorrow 25.2. Really, the only takeaway from these max pain prices on open interest futures is that they're moving up, meaning the market is still shifting negative or perhaps hedging against this upside move with short or lower price positions. We're going to keep an eye on that too. We have so much to talk about, guys. Keep getting hype. Keep smashing likes. You're doing a great job. If you're here in chat, put something into the chat. Let me know you're here. Make some noise. I'll pull up the chat and get to it as soon as I can. We also have a poll going on. Do you guys think this pump is going to continue or not? I have 4 options there. Please vote in the poll. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Let's get that scribe-ginity out of the way. Share the stream out to socials. You know how to do it. Let's try to get 1,000 likes today, guys. I think that's a good goal. If we get 1,000 likes, we'll do some kind of giveaway, or we'll do something. I don't know what we'll do, but mystery is part of the intrigue. All of cryptocurrency, looking at some greenness. Tether was trading at $1.03 yesterday, down to back $1. I don't even understand really why. I guess fear of USD, which doesn't really make sense, but we won't spend time on that. Bitcoin now up 16% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum up 10%. BNB 5, XRP 5, Cardano 7, Polygon 10, Doge 9.5. I know my Doge fans out there taking a sigh of relief. Lido staked Ether, Solana, Polkadot up 10, 13, etc. My baby Litecoin up 14%. That's all I was looking for. I was really just waiting to see Litecoin, see where it went. Oh, wow, that's different. Access denied. Well, that's new. CoinGecko. Am I not allowed to look at your gainers and losers? Apparently, they don't want you seeing them. I've never gotten this page. Oh, well. Is what it is. I guess there's really no point of updating, but it's almost like a gloat at this point. Sorry, guys. It's not really about that. I don't know. I'm just updating you guys with content. My long position from the beginning of the year still open, baby, despite some people's pleading and begging for me to close it. It's still open. Now up 340% for about a $6,000 gain. Bitcoin's trading just under 26K today, breaking yearly, weekly, monthly highs here. And more importantly, we're going to get into the charts, retaking some critical critical levels. I also sneaked off this long last night. That's only up 85%, but it's still looking pretty good. That was a snarky play. We have so many charts that are so important to look at today. I don't even know where to start. Maybe the best way, let's just zoom out, baby, right? Let's zoom out. We haven't done that in a while. We haven't gone all the way out. Q1, exactly as predicted. All last quarter, we said if this quarter closes red, they'll make 4 red quarters in a row. If that happens, we'll be looking for a green quarter. It did not disappoint. On the quarter, we have very little to really mess with. We have the bullish engulfing at 19.4, price trading highly above that. Our support or open at 16.5. Neither of those prices really well, they're on the table, but not so much in play. A little bit in our rear view mirror for now. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, don't jinx it. Resistance on the quarterly, we could say 46K is up there. You could pick 35. I don't think that that's likely to play as much, considering that was completely broken and filled in with this inefficient quarterly candle. So basically, if we're only looking at the quarter in a bubble, these are the most important values that come 19.4 and 46.2. In between there is really, I mean, the higher the better, but it's just nothing. Just nothing. See something here. You throw on B. I'm trying to find a good open interest indicator. Does anybody know a good one for TradingView? I'm looking for like open interest derivatives. Let me know in the chat. Let me know. The month, man. Oh, the month. So I want to show you something cool. I don't have an analysis for this, unfortunately, but I want to show you something that I noticed last night that's pretty cool. Apparently, we can't look at it on here for whatever reason. I'll have to open BLX. God, I have so much to look at. I have to keep focused and on track, or I will forget. Adam Clark, Be Your Own Bank. Exactly. Exactamundo. I've been using the TradingView app instead of the browser, and I'm not going to lie, I hate it. I actually hate it. So here's the coolness. I don't know how to read this. I can read this either way, but coolness here on Ichi on the month. March. We did trade below this monthly cloud, which is a crazy, I'm going to say that'd be crazy bearish to close below. But we have since pulled back up. BLX has not updated to this higher high yet, but you can see this is kind of the last chance it had here. Even into April, we'd be underneath the cloud. Things would not be looking so great. I'm not sure we've ever been under the cloud on the month before. Technically back here we were, but there wasn't enough data. And very briefly in 2019. Actually, that's kind of interesting. That's another example of these similarities. I won't go into that though. But very spicy. The Kaijun on the month sitting at 42. It is hard to look at this chart and not see something in the 40 to 48K area. It's like almost impossible. Wonder if we got a green dot confirmed in January and money flow coming back up on the monthly. Okay, cool. That wasn't what I was hoping for or looking for. Let's go to the week here, and we're going to orient our compass on Bitcoin before I get into the other very interesting things going on. On the week, Market Cipher B, we've been waiting and waiting for the money flow to roll over and give us a big rally, and this might be the start of it with our green dot here looking to lock in. I will say one thing, guys. It does make me uncomfortable to see this pump so early in the week. We have 5 days and 10 hours to go. That doesn't mean it has to sell off, etc., but it is not comforting. For some reason in crypto, I feel much more comfort when we see a move at the end of the candle, not in the beginning. It tends to, a lot of the time, result in kind of a look at this and then take away scenario. I don't see anything at the moment that's suggesting that, but just the timing, it is a little uncomfortable. So let's keep that in mind. Very, very importantly, Bitcoin has retaken not only the 50 weekly trading above 31.8 or 23.8, but the 200 weekly moving average. This is the third time this year that we've tested it. If we get a close above it, it will be 1, 2, 3. One of 4 candles in the last 6 months, basically, that closed above the 200 weekly. It is looking good, but if we see pullback, if we see this rally get sold off more than it has, look to that 200. We're going to mark that on our chart. Labels, financial values. That's 25,377. Let's just 25,337. Getting dyslexic. There we are. We're just going to add that there for good measure. Let's make it a little different color so remember what it is, and we'll put 200W on it. Cool. So we are back above the 200 on Bitcoin on the week. Closing a week above this, it's hard to say because when you say closing week above will be the confirmation, right? You could just have the next week sell off and close back below. Confirmation is absolutely difficult and valuable and rare to find, but for the basic term, we'll say closing above will be our confirmation. Essentially, retaking the 200 is a full bull, balls to the wall signal to the market that that traders are buying. Period. We're not there yet. Let's start with a day, then let's try for a week, try for a month, etc. But that is the signal. That is the signal. The price action that we saw underneath the 200 here by itself would have been very bearish. We had a high, a higher low, a higher high, and then we broke last week down to 19.5-ish. That was a lower low. Structurally, from the 200, that was really ugly. However, the only reason it isn't, and this is what does sell this for me a little bit, is that we hit the lower low and now broke to a higher high. This could paint a broadening pattern of some kind, which wouldn't be ideal, but I can't paint it on the week. Wouldn't be ideal, but basically, in my experience in crypto, when you get these fake outs, this was so structurally bearish and compounded, we had so much FUD. Sentiment was miserable. The salt was out. The salt's gotten much saltier today, lots of brine. But people were basically done. People right back to bear market talk, right back to low numbers. To see that wick up and to see this candle hit a higher high, man, is so bullish. This is characteristic of dead cat bounces and bull runs, of both, unfortunately, not just specifically one. The price action getting traders on the wrong side only to retake a critical level is just so game theory Bitcoin. It's pretty amazing. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty amazing. I hear subscribers. Excellent. Keep subscribing. I'll shout you out. Let me see if I can see them. Pooty, D. Barry, M. Bell, Messiah Brown, The Cat and Boots, Cats and Boots, and Omar Butt. Omar Butt. Sorry if that's your name. Good name. Yeah. Keep subscribing, guys. I appreciate you. Do the good work. Smash the like, subscribe, share, etc. You know the deal. Also, jump in Discord if you're new. We're not even close to being done. Our holy grail. It only steered us wrong very temporarily. Oh no's, double shit. We lost total cryptocurrency. For those of you who aren't familiar, this is recap. A little bit more bullish than Bitcoin, though I want to say that's likely changing, as when we looked at the top 10 today, Bitcoin had the highest percent gain, which usually is going to indicate Bitcoin dominance is dropping, which would suggest total likely going to look to be more in alignment with Bitcoin if Bitcoin's acting stronger. Sorry if that's confusing. Is what it is. But a little bit more bullish, as it spent most of 2023 above the 200, only losing it early March to retake it in a beautiful V-shape recovery. I'm definitely liking that. But we are back above the 200, baby. And hopefully this is the last time I have to recap this. We've been saying all year, above the 200 on total, I'm going to have a trading bias of bullish. Below, I'm going to have a trading bias of bearish. Bias back to bullish. When I say trading bias, I mean essentially when I'm scalping, when I'm looking for short-term trades. You guys know I'm always a perma bull. Why? Because of days like today. The bears always lose. Sorry, bears. You're betting against the most bullish asset in human history, the most unique asset in human history. Yes, price goes up and down, and I welcome all of our viewers to profit from price going down. Short money, honestly, is really good feeling money. I'm not going to lie. However, to enter the perma bear hole and stay there historically has not been a wise play. I don't know. Everyone's welcome to their opinions. I don't get it. If you are a perma bull, perma bear, do me a favor. You just like hold like 0.01 Bitcoin or something, just not zero. I feel like years from now you'll thank me. But total looking good, retaking. Let me see here. Total still not higher than August's high, it seems, with a target of about 1.1 trillion. Breaking above that. Breaking above that, you're probably looking for 1.3. But you do have a pretty inefficient chart here from 1.6 trillion down. That's maybe the spot the market's going to look to take. And just sitting here, looking at this, something just came to mind. That's what I love about this channel, guys. If you're new, you probably think I'm some trader guru guy who, I don't know, rubs Lambos in your face or something. No, I'm a guy who loves charts. I'm not always right. You should not copy my trades blindly. My only hope is that you guys can see someone who does this every day for 6-7 years now and gain some value to be able to go do it yourself. I really don't. I don't know. I'm not a LARPer. Be careful. I'm going to get distracted here for a second, but this is important. So with the markets getting spicy again, be careful, guys. Be careful. On YouTube especially, but also any other social media platform. What you're going to see... Yeah. Bug just flew in my mouth. That's gross. What you're going to see is new influencers and old influencers essentially popping out of the woodwork saying, I called it, I knew it, I've been here the whole time, I wasn't gone. Be wary of these LARPers, guys. Be wary of anyone who says they're always right. They're lying. They're lying. They're going to steer you wrong. They weren't here in the down times. Now they're going to be back for the up times to try to scoop up the money, the spotlight, etc. Be weary. I do recommend you guys get information from way more people than just me. Don't just only listen to me. That's crazy. Honestly, the people that I think are really solid in this space on YouTube, if you want some recommendations, obviously Jason Casper, my man. We got Crypto Face, of course. He doesn't stream so much. He just trades. Not so educational. Not like Casper and I. Benjamin Cohen. You know, there's like a lot of really great ones. Frankie Candles, of course. Who else can I shout out? Lots of love. Lots of love. I'm not going to name any of the people that I think are the LARPers, but just be very weary. They're going to come out of the woodwork now. All right, back onto what I was saying. Looking at total and inverting the chart. Maybe it's not quite there. Maybe it's not quite there. If this chart was inverted, let me see. Something like this. It doesn't really fit either. Maybe it'll work better on Bitcoin. Maybe something like this. Either way, if this chart was inverted, this would be a very bearish chart. Fortunately, the inversion means very bullish chart. Nice solid back test of a trend line. We have a low, a lower low, and a higher low now potentially. This is looking really good. This is looking really good. Moving this down to the day, I also like this. Bitcoin traded up to 26.23 today. We didn't, I mean, this has been about an hour now since it's made a move to the upside. Price holding 26K really tightly. Very little retracement here. Again, if we do see more retracement, 25.3 is where I'm going to be looking. I'm going to be praying the bulls come in, buyers come in and bounce the 200 week if we move down there. But at the moment, price is just hovering here. And I really like the sound. I like the vibe of this. It is a good take. Ooh, I know what I wanted to show you. Let's do this. We did look at this over the last, I don't know, week or two of streams. I'm losing track. We've been streaming so much. So while everyone was panicking, freaking out, oh no, we're going all the way back down, it's over. While everyone else was panicking, we were looking at some pretty spicy things. This white line connects our all-time high and our high in March or May or whatever of 22, descending, our major descending trend line comes all the way down. We did on the weekly time frame test it back in February, but on the day we didn't actually touch it. In March, we fully touched that trend line, and the spicier aspect is the 200-day, now not week, daily moving average was right there. This is a concrete spot to hold. In fact, this is almost maybe what we want or are looking for on the 200 weekly. to trade above it, make some highs, fall back down to it to reset indicators, oscillators, etc., and move to higher highs. So if I get my way, we're going to see a repeat on the weekly as we do see on the day on the 200 here. This is just effing wild. It is a dream, guys, to see Bitcoin reverse at such a low sentiment point, but also as banks collapse. I'm scared I'm going to wake up and this not be real. It's just like, too good to be true. Bitcoin rallying on bank weakness is a dream of mine. I was going to show you Market Cipher B on the day. We are in red money flow, which we've been waiting for again to roll over. Doesn't seem to be having much impact on price. But I actually wanted to show you guys something even cooler. So this is again the day. This is the day for Bitcoin above. And what I have below, I wanted to show you guys this. I shared it in the Discord. Good reason to join it. I do share some more alpha there after the streams when it comes to me. ETH is breaking out. Crap, we might have to come back to this. Ethereum just broke 1776, a number we've been waiting for forever. That's going to be a higher high here for Ethereum on, what, the year? Probably the year? Yo, this is a busy-ass chart. Here we go. Our long from 1,420 blaze it finally playing in. Ethereum skunked us a bunch of times. You can see the arrows and the circles and etc. looking for 1772. Ethereum blasting off here, targeting, I'm going to say August's high. I'm looking for 21. August high, unfortunately, is only like 20, or not 20, 2030. 2100 is the macro resistance above. That's probably where I'm looking, honestly. Let me see this quick. Really similar Market Cipher B on the day for Ethereum, but the only difference here, Ethereum painting that little gumdrop pattern on red money flow right into a green money flow, faking everyone out. Hell yeah, Ethereum. Hell yeah, Ethereum. Let's go. Let's get rid of all the noise for a minute. So when I look at this, I see a low, a higher low, and a higher low. 1, 2, 3. I don't see a flat top. That's about 2,000 if we were to reject from there. But man, this is starting to look a lot better than it did. Ethereum was really struggling back here in this symmetrical pattern. Wow. Ethereum against Bitcoin not doing so hot though. Wow. Actually, this is crazy. So we're seeing alts break kind of macro or monthly resistances, and we're seeing alts bleed against Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance rising. This is eerily reminiscent of 2019. I don't want to freak you guys out, but essentially this is 2019 in a bubble at the moment, with alts bleeding, gaining in dollar pair, bleeding against Bitcoin as Bitcoin moves up. This is very bullish in my opinion. Very bullish. This is the part of the cycle potentially, if it continues, where all the new retail who didn't buy Bitcoin and call Bitcoin a boomer coin, this is about, maybe we got a little bit more time. If this continues, it'll come sooner though. This is the time where they learn what maximalism is, why Bitcoin is the core. You're welcome to love other coins, but when Bitcoin dominance rises, that's when that's when the eyes of the new Bitcoiners open up and say, "Oh crap, I see, I understand now." But Ethereum lost. Looks like it hit a new low against Bitcoin in 23. Not the most bullish take. I wonder if we'll see that on other coins. Wonder. We'll take a look then. I have an alert set. I'm going to actually set one. Let's just put it like 19 to get it a little early. But I'm looking for a move to 21. Maybe 20 to be conservative. That's spicy. So I did want to get through this. Back to the day. What I have here is Bitcoin, Market Cipher B on the day above. And then down here is the dollar on the day. So I noticed this last night. And now that I have a little more time to think about and digest it, it isn't quite as perfect as I imagined. Isn't quite as perfect as I was seeing last night. But let's take a look at this. No. There we go. Bitcoin and the dollar have been trading inversely for months, maybe even longer than that. But the mirroring here is wild to me. And if you're a bull, you're going to like what I have to say next. Bitcoin rolled into or started rallying at the start of the year. We did see weakness in the middle of February. And we were looking for that to roll over. Our money flow to go from positive money entering the space to leaving the space. That did happen as of the 12th of March. When we look at the dollar, we were looking for the exact opposite. The dollar was giving us signs of rolling over from negative money flow to positive. This was a little scary. We didn't really want to see more strength in the dollar. It was very strong already, and that was likely going to spell pain for markets. It did roll over, and here we go. Here's the little bit of hopium. This is so spicy, man. On the day, the dollar giving us the little gumdrop of green back to red money flow. If we look down here just at this money flow bar, and this is just turning red or green depending. I'm just going to make it big so you can get it into your eye holes easier. Look at this. Look at this. Something like that. We'll do it like that. They've been trading inversely, not really as much lately, but what's really, really spicy to me is we see this inversion, I guess. Bitcoin in green money flow flipped to red. While the dollar was in red, flipped to green. The dollar then flipped back to red. So what might be coming next? I think logical to at least look at or validate an assumption of Bitcoin looking to roll back into green. I wouldn't have typically said this based on what I see here. VWAP is up, which is strong. Momentum is coming up. We did get the green dot. But really, the opposite or the total inversion of each other, I don't know, is crazy spicy and is really, really accurate. To see the dollar go back to red, I think it implies Bitcoin going to be painting this little gumdrop and coming back into positive money flow. And that is what we want to see. That lines up. We did the weekly, but lines up with the weekly rolling over. What's up, Venom Hex? You're ready, baby. Thanks for broing it up. Welcome. Lines up with the weekly. We looked at this already, but just to recap, weekly has been looking to roll over for a few weeks now. We have a green dot on the week. The dollar, or the daily, going back to green, likely going to be that signal for the week. And if the week rolls over, guys, I'm not sure what the upside target will be. 48K comes to mind. I do want to caution, temper expectations. When I say these things, a weekly signal could take months. Could take months. And even if we got the signal early, the rally, say we are going to go to 48 or something, not going to be straight up. We definitely would see some kind of pullbacks, retracements. It's not going to be easy in either direction, really, no matter what. That's just unfortunately how Bitcoin is. But last time Bitcoin rolled into the positive money flow on the week was again 2019. This does worry me. We see a lot of similarities to 2019. 2019 was essentially a dead cat bounce or a bear market rally. We didn't go back to new all-time highs. We returned to the lows, and then we went up to a new all-time high. That could be in play here. We have projected that out before. We have taken a look at what that would look like, and essentially it would be a return to 48K, just as we went from 31 to 14, dicked around, I don't know, for a few months there before hitting lower lows and returning not totally to the bear market bottom, but to a slightly higher low. So if we were to paint that out again, it might look something like this. Maybe only coming back to, like, I don't know, 18 or 20, just coming shy of 15. Could be deeper. Good news is I don't believe that it will repeat perfectly, as last cycle we looked for that a lot. Didn't play out. However, I'm going to use this as a guide. Underneath 48K, I think we can even call it 50. I don't think we're out of bear market potential territory. It's not off the table, unfortunately, and that's a really big move to the upside. If we see the repeat, though, and this does, to me as a trader, give me something to action on, I'll probably take some profits of 48, even if I think it's going to a million. Probably lock in something, hedge my long portfolio perhaps with a short, and cross my fingers. Cross the fingers. Whew, spicy AF. Bitcoin's still chilling almost directly at 26. It's pretty impressive, actually. Pretty impressive. I'm going to read the chat here in a minute. I forgot, but I'm back. I'll come back. Also, to recap, back down here over the weekend, or what was it, Friday, when we touched this, we said we don't know where the bottom will be exactly. Probably should have just looked right here to 200. But I said I do expect a return to 22.4. I don't know what happens there. Well, the market overheated that, shot well past to a new high. I'm not complaining, but you heard it here. You heard it here live in real time. Tune in. We're here live pretty much every day, giving you the cutting edge of technical analysis. We are the #1 crypto channel on YouTube. Fastest growing, proportionately. Bunch of like little text down there when I make that statement. Let's keep zooming in. What are we gonna find? I'm gonna get rid of all of this so we can have a clear chart. Woo. Beautiful. Just beautiful. What I would really like to see, just kind of eyeing it, we have a trend line here of some kind, of course. It's probably exactly where this hit. What I'd like to see is before a significant retracement, another move to the upside, perhaps only 28K, doesn't have to be huge. And then a return back to whatever this potential trend line is. Let's just do it like this. This is what I would like to see, as this is essentially how a broadening pattern can resolve. Typically, a move up into a broadening wedge like this would be bearish, and we would expect a move like that. But when we say typically, we mean probability is slightly in favor of it, maybe 52 to 48%. That means out of 100 times, 48% of the time, not going to do that. But that's what I would like to see. The 12-hour is finally shaping up. I don't love this VWAP, but we did break our lows. 12-hour is going to look to roll over. Remember, the 12-hour was our guide here. It was the first one to say, well, maybe we're going to see something. We're going to see a pullback. We're losing momentum to the upside, and that did happen. And now maybe signaling us after an, what is this, a quadruple on even butt cheek. Someone called Jason Casper. Seeing it roll back over. Momentum's up, still nowhere desirable, but it is moving up, and I'll take it. And I'll take it for now. For now, brown cow. Let's keep zooming in. As I zoom in, I goofed up. I'm going to shout out Steve for catching this one. Ichimoku Cloud on the 3-day. This is just wild. I'm not even going to do TA on it. This is fire, dude. Fire. Look at this 3-day cloud. 3-day cloud twisted in March. Price was 40K. We did not touch the cloud at all until midway through January. Busted out. Kind of looked like we were going to keep running. Came back to almost a perfect touch on this cloud, on this fat, flat cloud at 20.3. Now we have a higher high. Like, this is fire. We also looked at this like weeks ago, and I'll get off the 3-day. We looked at this weeks ago. And I remember, because I was like, this is very weird. We were something like, we might have even only been here. But we might have been here. I can't remember exact date. We had a move to the upside of money flow, a higher high, a higher low, and I think we had a higher high. Maybe it was back here. Either way, I remember saying that's really spicy that the lows have caught here. This looks like an uptrend. It looks like an uptrend, but it looks like it's going to have some kind of pullback first. I wish I would have remembered that. Kind of forgot about the 3-day. But the 3-day is looking to go full freaking bull mode, man. Look at this. Higher low. Higher low, higher low. VWAP now positive, making a higher high. Momentum catching at our favorite spot for it to catch and reverse, the 0 line. Very strong continuations from reversals at the 0 line. The 3-day is just spice, pure spice. Okay, I didn't want to go into the high time frame, so let's go back. Going down to the 4-hour, and we'll do a little tour day hours here. This is what I like. Let's actually start at like, was it 6? Yeah. Start at the 6. Higher high here in momentum. The 6-hour is shaping up. It broke its low. The 6-hour is looking to roll over. Here's why it gets spicy. Look at the 5. The 5-hour already gave us the rollover signal. Now approaching that 0 line. So 6, 5. Now down to the 4. The 4 just entering positive money flow. From February 24th. Look at this. Money flow flipped into negative right here on February 24th. Price went all the way down to 20.3. As soon as money flow hit its peak, we had a little divergence here with the higher low in price, a lower low in money flow, and began to roll over. This is what happened to price. It went from 23 to 26 something. Here's the spicy. We're just in green money flow now. If the 4 hour continues up, it would suggest a much stronger continuation, and that's fire. So we have the 6-5, the 4 now rolled over. Let's look at the 3. The 3 just rolled over today. Just put in a higher high in money flow, looking to continue that trend up. Going to the 2. 2, full beast mode. Higher highs, 45-degree angle, just rocketing. Money jamming into the space. Now the 1. This is the sketchiest of all of them, I'm not going to lie. But we have the 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and now on the 1. This is the sketchiest. We do have higher lows. We do have lower highs. This is a little bit less decided, a little less one-sided of an analysis. But what I do like here is the bulls completely holding on to momentum, not allowing that momentum to move negatively at all. Catching it, it does look higher and higher. So even if this does roll over again, we might see a slight pullback and then hopefully another move for a higher high in that money flow. That will basically daisy chain all these time frames together, and I think that's hella spicy. Not gonna lie. All those time frames looking strong. Last stream, we downgraded from 9 bears on cocaine to 6 sober bears. And then, no, that was the stream before. Last stream went from 6 sober bears to 5 bulls. And today, we've never given a 9 bull rating. I can't give it a 9 bull rating because the hourly, if that was up, I would. I'll give it 8 bulls on cocaine. Bulls on cocaine. Rating out of 9. Very bullish. Highest indicator ever. The hourly is signaling a little bit of a pullback, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a trade under 25.7, but I think this thing is moving higher. I don't think it's under wraps. I do not. You know, before I give it the rating, I should look at even lower time frames. This is weird. Looking to roll over, but making another attempt at potentially invalidating that on the 30. 45, really the same thing. 15 doing what we're hoping we see on the day, dipping into red before reversing strongly, setting higher highs. Yeah, we're at 8 bulls. We're at 8 bulls. Red bulls. Let's see where we might look to retrace. Ooh, that 5 minute building my confidence back into the 9 bull territory. I don't know if we even have a retracement. Oh, 5 minute does not really look like it. So far, no real pullbacks of any kind. Bitcoin doing as Bitcoin does, being brutal to the weak hands. It's just so Bitcoin, man. Don't find a good retracement here. But 25.2. Of course, we have was 23.2 or whatever. No. 25.2 was it? That's a 200 week. See if it'll even generate. 200 week at 25.2. That was also our previous 2023 high. That's really close to our 618. Honestly, you know, we've been saying this the last few days, I guess, just the last 2-3 days, is we love charts. Charts are great. Charts are valuable. But there absolutely is times where the charts really aren't going to tell you much. Markets don't always move cleanly. And it is especially true when you're in, let's say, a bull run or a bear market in a strong trend. What you see in a bull market, in a real Bitcoin bull market, is price moves to the upside. You get some kind of pullback. Maybe even just like this. So it moved up. Let's say it moved from here 24.7 up to 26.5. Typically, we would look for 618 retracements, 0.5 retracements, etc. When you're in a real bull run, one of the characteristics is you won't get them. You won't get deep retracements. Maybe you get like a 236, maybe a 382 if you're lucky. And what that is the market basically keeping out short sellers who sold lower, not allowing them to get back in. As that continues and as you move up higher and higher, so this is all theoretical here, this is not what I'm saying is going to happen, and you get less and less pullback, eventually in Bitcoin bull runs, you get some kind of like swipe down. And that swipe down basically just grabs all that liquidity, stops out longs, and you can say, oh, well, that would be like the re-entry, letting them back in. Technically, it's possible, but what happens is these moves are usually very fast and big percents. And so when they come, people actually get scared. You'll hear people yell, buy the dip, but they'll buy the dip as it goes down like $1 and price will move like 20% down and then right back up. And now people are again chasing the price up. Little fun fact about bull markets. In a bull market, you will not get entries. It's in a bull market, I'll say that like you don't get long entries in a bull market and you don't get short entries in a bear market. So if you notice long entries are everywhere, probably in a bear market. If you notice short entries are everywhere, probably in a bull market. I don't think I've ever put it that way, but I like that. All right, down on the 5. We have hit our 0.5 retrace already. I don't hate the way this is shaping up. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 potentially. Guess neckline maybe 26.1. Let me see what this risk to reward would look like. I might make a trade here. Give me a sec. Oh, wow. That's spicy. Do I want to take something like that? I guess I do already have longs open. I don't need to FOMO long. I might play this long while we're live. If we see a rally while we're live, I might play a breakout at 26.5, though those have been pretty dangerous. I'm liking what I'm seeing here, 100%. The amount of alerts that went off is insane to me. So many. We don't have time to look at them all today. Something awesome, though, little TradingView news. TradingView did, as of yesterday, they tweeted it, they doubled the amount of alerts you can have on TradingView. So I have premium, which is really expensive. You don't need premium, trust me. It used to have 400 alerts, which I used all of, and you heard me complaining about it recently. They doubled them, so now I have 800. Shout out to TradingView. Hell yeah. Shout out to TradingView. Like, that is such a needed improvement. Needed improvement. 400 is not enough alerts. Let me see if I have this. You guys all have TradingView. I don't even think there's like a point to putting a link in the video description because everyone has TradingView. Let's see how that plays out. All right. I bamboozled you before and now I'm unbamboozling you, and here I'm showing you I have it in front of me so you know I'm not bamboozling you. I'm sorry I missed your messages. I'm gonna refresh the chat. If you're here today, say hello. Let me shout you out. I see Chinggis K, you're dumb and close your long. Never be mad at yourself for taking profits, bro, especially if you're trading leverage. By the way, for trading leverage, sign up with Bybit and Fairdesk. You don't need, there's no KYC on Fairdesk. Great exchange. They're both great. Use my link. But if you're using leverage, never be mad at yourself for taking profits ever. Leverage is not meant for holding. Only degens like me sometimes hold leverage positions. Don't do it. Never be mad. Let me see. Tom subscribed. J Lou subscribed. Joey Scanella. Fred. Top 10's Eager Flicks Venom Hex. I got that one already. Not a ton. I'm sure there's more. If you subscribed and it doesn't say that, doesn't show up, let me know. I want to shout you out. Smash the likes and subscribes and say hello. Let me see who's here. Let me see. You're here every day, Petey. I know it, baby. I know it. Wait. Okay. Rafael Marti. Friend Cisco Perez, World Bat, Boozled. Mike, what's up, man? We're about to moon, I hope so. Pickle Hype, what's up, Seb Coin? Mike, again. Ricardo Silva Lopez, Gina. Judge Bibbles, no Nicola, 911 Frosted Flake, Positive Flow, Brucey Kibitz, Silver Pumping. Yeah, pull up Silver while I shout everybody out. I don't have to look at it. That's what's good about it. Silver is pumping. Look at that. It's pumping, but I don't know. You can never trust Silver. What's up, Positive Flow? Jonah Plainclothes, my man. Francisco. Hey, F Foam. R Lake. What's up, dude? Dr. Crypto 420. Menchie's West. Hey, hey. Matt Conrad. Raul Sol Miguel. What up? Dirk Van K. I like that name. Petey, my man. Anthony. Brian Aranda. 420 Budmaster. Nomadic Life. Lazarus Hand. Two Bros Mining. I like that name too. Zero. Mario Paula Vecino. Profit Taker. Jack D's. Best Audio, man. How you doing? It's a life-making investment in XRP. Go all in with everything you have. Absolutely not, guys. You know our motto on this channel. No all in, no all out, period. Stay diverse, stay dynamic, stay safe. Renato Fori, Risen, Frank Novak. Coins Chick, darling. How you doing, darling? Coins Chick is my favorite cheerleader. Love you, darling. Cole Crypto, Chris Carter, Bro Tip, my man. I'll be in Miami soon for BTC 2023. Link in the video description. 10% off tickets if you want to get them through me. I don't really care if you do or don't. Tuning in at work. What's up, Kevin Deli? Sophisticated Dirtbag. Wick, my dude. Not named. Don't be greedy. Exactly. Exactly. Jason Foley. Holderino. Magic Internet Money. How you doing, dude? Good to see you. Ryan Black. You bought the dip. Your spot portfolio is singing. Oh, I miss buying. I miss buying spot. I miss it. What's up, Ethan Yeager? Coronet. I don't know if I can ever get through it. By the time I get caught up, there's like more people. I like it though. Let's even get through it. I'm going to power. Bubba's Crypto 03 Risen. Clint Downing. You guys have hard ones that goose me up. 2Pi Radiations, Emanurvit, Arnie Man, Yorkie Inu, Accession, my man. J Bond Childstar. Prolific Joints, I like that. BG. No Way Man. Dude. Mode Master DK. Mr. Pickle. Mr. McPickle, that's different than Mr. Pickle. Clay Gerard. AB Renato. Joni. Matt Stoner, I like that name too. Sam Galley. Menchie's West. Skip Factor. Terpene. Robert. Derek. Tommy V. Lakshay. Mark. Mitchell. It's Autopilot. It's Official Hilton. Mad Cat. Matthew Barnes. Scott Dovin. I got it. I caught up. Love you all. You guys rock. You all the best. Trippy, subscribe. Jordan Wong, subscribe. Tom, subscribed. Handsome name, my friend. What are you guys looking at today? What are you guys looking at? Let me know. Based, thank you. I don't try to be. I'm just a guy. I don't know. I don't have an ego. I gave up my ego to Bitcoin long ago. We have 1,100 or 1,200 votes. 46% of us looking at 30K. 23% looking for lows. That's a stark change to last week. Wild swings in sentiment. You're the best. You're the best Mode Master. Candle Mafia in the house. Shout out to Frankie Candles. My friend. I wish I lived in Georgia so I could chill with those dudes. My friend, a great content creator. A man of our own cloth. Frankie Candles. Frankie the Man Candles. Here's his channel. Go subscribe to him. He streams at like 5 o'clock. It's perfect. We never overlap. Don't trip. Sell the dip, Pete. I like that too. Can I check out CQT, Crypto Craze? I don't know what that is. Tell me what it is. Buy high, sell low. What's up, man? Crypto Moon channel. Crypto Moon channel. You ever make videos? Nah. Oh well. Maybe next time, Crypto Moon channel. Looking at Hex and AVAX Krebby. I did announce that I bought Hex, I don't know, weeks ago. I think I'm up on that buy. Not mad about it. Shib XRP 88 Galasol GRT. Nice Yorkie. What's up, Adam Clark? What's that? Let me see what Adam Clark's looking at. Adam Clark looking at the dollar. Looking at the dollar. Ooh, I like the bearishness on the dollar. Descending channel. Targeting, it looks like 97, 98.5. That would be muy bonita. Mucho, muy bonita. I would like to see dollar weakness. Absolutely. What a weird pattern on silver. Flat top with descending lows. I don't know what to make of that. It's like a reverse bull flag. Hex, 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 hex. Hex Kid. Ha! I'll give you that, dude. I will give Hex Kid that. The name is Hecks Kid. Hex. That's actually clever. That's clever. What's up, Travis Hale? Sold Hut. Nice. Well done. Well done. Rose waiting for 1%. Yeah, right. Tom bought Hex. So I announced it along with a bunch of other coins. I do want to temper expectations again. It's like a $100 position. That's less than 0.1% of my portfolio. But I do have it, so don't worry. There you go. I joined it. Wolfman Howl. Wolfman Howl, have I seen you in a long time, man? Where does Tom live, Thaler? On the blockchain, baby. La Suenta di mi prima. What's up? What model are the sunglasses? Just look up polarized mirror box frame sunglasses, and you'll find them. Just do it on Google. A company called Blenders Eyewear used to make them. They don't make them anymore. When I look at RSR, probably. What do I think about XRP? XRP is, I mean, as a coin, I have my qualms. I own some XRP. As a chart, I mean, the thing's either going to go absolutely ballistic, or it's just going to keep doing this bleed forever. I have no idea. No idea. Frosted Flake, looking at your NCAA bracket. Nice. Who do you got? Who you betting on? F just doesn't care anymore. We were looking at Ethereum. We were looking for 2100. It hasn't moved, actually. Hasn't moved since we looked at it. Miners are going to rip. I like that. Tommy from the block. That's right, Antithesis. Am I into ADA? I do own ADA. It's one of my larger positions in my portfolio. It is not massive by any means. It might be 1%, 2% total. Just so you know, so we can answer a bunch of questions at once. My portfolio, not counting cash. If I do count cash in it, the percents are weirder. Not counting cash. Cash is about 50%. Maybe 40% now. 65% Bitcoin. It's about 10% Ethereum, 10% Litecoin. That's 85%. I have over 300 altcoin bags, and those all of them together represent about 15%. So if you ask me about a coin that isn't Ethereum, Litecoin, or Bitcoin, it's in that bucket, and typically it's a $100 position maybe, whether that's gained or lost since I bought it. But then there are a few kind of bigger than the others. So that'd be like 88 Doge, XMR. I'm trying to think what the other ones are. I can't off the top of my head. It's always moving around. BNB, Matic. There's a bunch. I own everything. I play the shotgun game, man. I cover all my bases. All of them. Long time no see. It is great. Pretty slick shades. Thank you, my friend. I will say this is awesome to see. We have been seeing, so we've been streaming live here for 4 years. This ain't our first bear market. That's right. 4 years. And in that time, just like maybe you will someday, person out there, you, personally you, people come and go from this space. What you'll find is people who are successful do tend to stay longer. You'll also find that people who are successful are typically bullish. People who aren't successful obviously lose their money, get mad, and walk away. They do return, though. They do return sometimes. But over these 4 years, we have created such an awesome community. I love you guys so much. You guys are amazing. I love to see some of my knowledge and experience parted onto you guys, and you guys getting value. It makes my day. But we have people who come and go, and that's normal. If you ever need a break from crypto, take a break. It'll be here when you get back. Don't force yourself to look at the chart every day. That's my job. You don't have to do that. But it's been awesome over the last week. We're seeing names that we haven't seen, honestly, in like 2-3 years come back, and I like it. I welcome them. Welcome back. It's good to see you. We've missed you. We'll always leave the light on for you. If the market goes to shit tomorrow and we're back in a bear market, we'll still be here streaming. We'll still be here streaming in a year from now. If we're still in a bear market, 2 years from now, we'll be here. We are the temple of calm zen in the sea of clickbait hyperbole. Delivering value. So make sure you like and subscribe and join the Discord. That's all. Landing now. Safe landing, Wick. Hope you had a good trip or a good flight. Pete says I own 4 different models of a fleshlight, which is incorrect. I have no idea why someone would buy that. No judgments if you did, but I don't understand. You got 2 attached to you. I don't know. ENSO Mining, never heard of it. What's up, Chad Nelson? Still here. Amen. Right on. Big stream vibes. What's up, picture me rolling? If I had gone live at 8:30 today, this would have been a huge stream. I'm happy with the fam we have here today. What camera do I use? Honestly, this is like a Sony 6000A, something like that. If you want to get into streaming, though, don't buy a camera. Don't buy a Sony. Don't do what I did. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's more expensive. It isn't any better. You honestly can use like a webcam, but if you don't want to use a webcam, you can use an old cell phone, like an iPhone, an older generation of an iPhone. The camera is equal, if not better, to the Sony $600 piece of shit I have sitting up there. Just use a smartphone. They're amazing. Petey, 48K by May. I'm calling that too. That deserves a like and sub. Thank you, Ryan Black. You're not going to find here any gurus or any, I don't know, exactly as predicted, except for satire. You're just going to find TA, where I try to be unbiased, but I am a perma bull. And so that does impact my overall, I don't know, decision making. However, you guys have seen me rip off some sick shorts. I don't think that price only goes up. I'm not delusional. And if you want to be bearish, I don't hate you. That's okay. If you want to be in this space long term, you can't hate people with different opinions. We're all on Team Crypto. Right now, more so than ever, we're all on Team Crypto together. There are rumors that the government, the US government, shut down Signature Bank, even though it wasn't insolvent, to deliver a blow to crypto and to highlight it being toxic. The world is finally realizing it has to fight us. We need to stay united. We can't be tribal. I'm a Bitcoin maximalist. I'm not a tribalist. I'm Team Crypto. We're at the phase where they're going to try to fight us, and I welcome it. This has always been the destiny of Bitcoin. The destiny of Bitcoin, the path has always been through. It was under the radar. It grew silently. At some point, it became too big to fail. And not too big to fail in a government sense where they bail you out. Too big to fail as in the network is too strong. It is unlikely that Bitcoin, there's any scenario that the network will stop in our lifetimes or our children's lifetimes or our children's children's lifetimes. We're talking potentially, I don't know, into the post-capital era, like post-monetary era, where everything's free. We need to do it together. The more they fight us, the weaker they become. And that might be counterintuitive, but it isn't. A decentralized proof of work network cannot be regulated. It can be regulated around. It can be, you can shut off off-ramps, on-ramps. That's what they did. Look what happened. On-ramps and off-ramps, pretty paused. Retail unable to get in. Look what happened. Bitcoin breaks through the 200 weekly moving average, hits a new yearly high. Not a coincidence. Not at all. The more they fight us, the weaker they will look, the more desperate they will look, and honestly, it will be humiliating. I had a thought last night. You can go, or I thought you meaning the government, but you can go to war with Bitcoin, but Bitcoin will never go to war with you. You'll be the only one fighting. Bitcoin won't even notice. That is what's going to happen. At some point, it will be obvious to everyone, or maybe just too embarrassing, that battle isn't going anywhere and just burning resources. At that point, they'll give up. There's a reason they don't go after Bitcoin. They would love to declare Bitcoin a security, even though it doesn't fit the definition. They would love to, but they know they can't actually fight it. They know they can't go after it like that. The more they fight, the harder they fight, the stronger Bitcoin will come out of it after. Once they give up, once they've done everything they can and it doesn't matter, nothing's stopping it. That will be the true victory. Getting real preachy today. The green candles got me spicing. They got me spicing. Tirade over. Let's take a look at maybe some of these alerts that went off. Got a lot. Silver is moving. Let's see. I don't love the way silver looks here. Might be looking for this inefficiency 23.3. I'm going to add an alert there. But let's go into all these alerts I got. We're definitely not going to get through all of them today. But I'm feeling good. Are you guys feeling good? Let me know. You feeling good? Got a good energy? Got a bad energy? Let me know. So today is March 14th. We're going to go through all of the charts. No, not all of them. We're going to go through a bunch of these charts with alerts. And let's kick it off with the most recent Shiba. Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu. Looks like Quad 01 did kind of hold as support. I know we had a potential scalp long there on SHIB. I think it did get stopped out, unfortunately. Let me see. It did get stopped out. Womp, womp, womp. We were a little too early. Our stop was a little too tight. 945. Is that where it went here? Yeah. Really close. Really, really close. I did put this here before it got stopped out. I said, this is a really tough spot for SHIB. It kind of looks like it's going to get stopped, and it did. Womp. Womp, womp. It does, it's retaking it. I'd probably be targeting the same thing, 1244. Henk Denk Tank subscribed on Twitch. I don't know how y'all are finding me on Twitch. I have no idea. I don't put the link anywhere anymore. But if you want to follow me on Twitch, I think it's just tomcrown official, right? Something like that. Or is it? Yeah, tomcrown official, tomcrown crypto. I don't know. You can follow me on Twitch. We don't stream there anymore. Maybe someday we'll port it over there. Maybe. If there's enough demand. If you want it to be on Twitch, join the Discord and let me know. Maybe we'll do a vote. We already looked at Ethereum. It did hit 1776 finally. Still targeting 2100 to the upside. That is August's high. Right about 2000. I'm looking for about 21. Right up here. This looked like absolute garbage and a bear flag. Yeah, Janix. There we go. Another Twitch subscriber. Subscriber moon, man. Twitch subscriber. We got to catch up. This symmetrical triangle looked awful on Ethereum. In fact, let me get rid of the recent price action. Let's say this bear flag on Ethereum looked awful. This is why I don't trust bear flags or bull flags in crypto. Hit a high, pulled back. It did break the low, but still a lower low in relation, or a higher low in relation, I guess. You can see this trend line almost visibly here. Breaking a higher high. I need to see 2000 tested before I get excited. Kebab. Kebab for to win has followed on Twitch. Right on. El Patron 949. Can we look at Adam? You know, I didn't get an alert for it. Thanks for the super chat. I don't really take requests with super chats, but we'll pull up Adam because I like Adam. Oh, holy shizzle. I did not see Adam traded down to 10. Holy shizzles. I mean, this doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. You bounced off $10 support. That's a really beautiful place to bounce. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Really nice place to bounce. This is not the right Atom chart, is it? One sec. We have a fire Atom chart somewhere. I'll keep this up. This one it? There it is. Little squiggly, but that's okay. We'll get to it. Adam Long did get stopped out here as... Let me clean up some of this. You can tell we've looked at Adam a bunch. So, Adam, beautiful. We caught this live, literally on live stream. Somebody said, hey, look at Adam. It had touched this $8 mark. This is only on Bittrex. Didn't go as low on other exchanges. But we found some pretty spiciness at that level at $8. It was the 618 retracement from its previous high. That low painted some kind of harmonic pattern here. I don't know which one. I don't know. We were watching closely at 11 for a rejection for a potential 5-0. Did not come. Did not come. Price moved back to its upper trend line. Gave us a fake out, unfortunately. It traded back below its trend and back to $10 support. That's solid support, man. Again, that's your 618. So you did 618, 618. All you need now, you got to break your high. You're right here. I think going long on Atom in this moment is not a great idea. I don't give financial advice, just to reiterate. I'm just speaking my mind, my honest opinion. For this. On how I might do it or look at it or approach it. Not a great spot. You might get lucky. A breakout play might be smarter, but you're right back to that trend line. Right back to it. It's likely to act as resistance. Your 618 slightly above at 13.2. Maybe not a bad TP for the skittish. But I think it looks good. I think it looks real good. I think ideally you'd see something like this. But I wouldn't bet on it. Wouldn't count on it. Atom little gumdrop on the day. I mean, this looks as bullish as anything else, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Doesn't it? Huh. It's something, dude. I'm gonna set an alert again. 13. Honestly, I don't think Atom trades below 10 again. Saying forever is always is always a rough call, but I don't know if it ever sees 10 again. Maybe those will be famous last words. Maybe they'll age badly. Bitcoin, we already looked at. Total, we already looked at. We're above the 200 week. Things are looking toasty. Yeah, let's add the 200 week back on. Because that'll be useful. It'll give us kind of a perspective to shotgun style view all these charts on. Seeing where each coin is in relation to its 200 week will be eye-opening. And also will give us a measure kind of how bullish or bearish they are. Bitcoin, there we go. Kava. Kava doesn't have a 200 week. I don't know what Kava is really. But Kava did break its January high with the rest of the market. This by itself doesn't look great to me. But then I invert it and it actually doesn't look too bad. Huh. Something like that. Big old descending channel. Broke out. I didn't want to do analysis. I'd be looking for $1.70-ish on Kava. With a strong monthly close here. If we see the markets reverse a little bit and pull back, support just under $1, maybe $1 will be the psychological, but I'd say 95 cents monthly support. Upside target 174. It's 75-80% gain. Not bad. Litecoin, my baby Litecoin. Oh crap, I didn't know this. I guess I haven't been looking at the 200 weekly on Litecoin because that's not good. Litecoin, similar to Bitcoin here, 200 weekly is at $100. We did expect some kind of profit taking consolidation there. I did not expect it to trade down to 66. Holy crap, I wish I would have bought more, honestly. That month shaping up, Litecoin's gonna face resistance at around $94 here. 94 to 101. If it can get back up there, it's lock and load, baby. 120 would be the next upside target. Supports below, gonna be hard. I mean, maybe $80, but at this point, you've broken the monthly structure. You really need a strong bullish close. I'd like to see a $100 monthly close on Litecoin or higher. Keep going. A lot of these are Bitcoin alerts, actually, so it's not too special. Dogecoin, this is Doge versus BTC, and guys, you heard me say it. I was very, very bullish on Doge early February. No, it was late January, back here. It was looking very much like this very strong support, inefficient market move, filled in the inefficiency. I believe that's like a 618 retracement as well. Yep, 618 retracement. I was very bullish when it started to do a little reversey. Once it lost that level, Doge kind of fell out of favor for the short term for me. It started to get a little bit more bearish, and that's reflected right here, bleeding against Bitcoin. However, if you're a Doge fanatic, and I'm the OG Doge fanatic, so I've still got a bunch of Doge. There is some good news. This is a very tight channel on the week. It's a descending channel, and so while we don't know where it's going to bottom, and the bottom could fall out if you lose your low here, 240 sats. You do see the 200 weekly moving up. Maybe it comes to there and bounces. That might be hopium. But no matter how far this drops, it's likely to stay in this channel and then resolve to the upside. Descending channels typically break to the upside, so that's the only real thing I like about it. But until it can get back to like 300, 350 sats, I'm a little bit bearish on Doge. Doesn't mean it can't go up in dollar value, but it's not likely to perform on par with the rest of the market. Isn't this a crazy chart? What a wild chart. Hopefully that turns around. Like, hoping and praying, but I'm not seeing it yet, not on the week. Ooh, yields. Yields went nuts last night. I should have looked at this at the beginning of the episode, and I didn't because I got too distracted. We won't look at them yet. We'll go through the rest of these first. There might not be as many. A lot of them were just Bitcoin. I had alerts set on like multiple exchanges. Let's see. Coin now on a 20% positive week, but hasn't made progress. Not a big deal. Ooh, cryptocurrency moons. I'm rich, bitch. I'm rich. Cryptocurrency moons, the currency of the r/cryptocurrency subreddit. I'm not rich. I don't know. I have like 1,000, something, 2,000, 5,000. I don't know. Not a lot. Not a lot there. But it looks like it did hit a new all-time high on gate.io. I don't know if that's an all-time high forever. Recently, at the end of last year, it was listed on Gate and MEXC. Speaking of MEXC, if you want to get them, use my link. XRP, people were asking about this earlier. Really similar mindset for me to Doge. Losing against BTC, but again, same thing. You have a pretty tight descending channel. You're going to look for a break to the upside at some point. Honestly, I'd probably be looking for that 200 week, similar to Doge, 2,200 sats. This thing has been below its 200 week here. You can see this was back in 2018, bounce, 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 fell below June 19, has not recovered. If XRP retakes its 200 weekly moving average on its BTC pair, that's likely when you get bullish on XRP. That's the time to get bullish on XRP. Dominance rocketed as we looked at the last stream, breaking its highs, trading up to 45, still looking for about 48, 49 to retest these highs of 22. Remember, the more dominance moves up, the more pain alts are going to receive proportionately to Bitcoin. They can still go up in dollars, but they'll be losing, meaning gaining less than Bitcoin if dominance is rising generally. Problem with this, let's go back. Dominance, it's funny because people, especially new retail, have this impression that Bitcoin has somehow become weaker throughout the cycles. They think the upside's lower. They think that, I don't know, they have all these different excuses they make up because they want to get rich quick. But here you go. This is Bitcoin versus the total crypto market cap. Its lowest point, January 2018. This is when Bitcoin was the weakest in proportion to the market. It moved back up, did not break that low in 22. So technically, Bitcoin has performed better against altcoins in this cycle than the last. So that would be a sign of strengthening. But here's what I don't really want to see. Right around here. Right around here. This doesn't line up that well. But basically, dominance rising typically means bear market. Dominance falling, and I say typically, we only have like 3 examples total of this. Typically means bull market. The issue that I see here is that if dominance keeps rising, retest 48, and let's say it breaks out, it begins to start painting this same kind of trudge back up, probably targeting about 60. That would be pretty similar to 2019 as it trudged back up during the bear market while Bitcoin rallied a little bit. It does kind of remind of 2019, kind of like that back to the 618, back to 48K, 50K retracement, and then back to the lows. I'd rather see dominance dump. If dominance dumps, this bull market, this will become like a real bull market. Gold has not traded really any higher versus yesterday, I don't think. Nope. 1900, didn't go anywhere. I think I got through all these. I thought there were a lot more alerts. Let's see what else is on here. Just to recap. It's all OP. What's up, Nature Home, Dennis Laponte, Marshall, FX Trader RI, Lucas Salcido, Mark Sace, Brendan Huminick, and Rave Dave 110. Subscribed on Twitch. Cool. QQ. Take a peek at OP. Beautiful. OP. This is actually pretty nice. We have a chart of this somewhere. I wonder if our trade... I think our trade got stopped out, though. You can tell by that low. Yep. We had the play. We had the play. From the previous all-time high, looking to just retarget our highs. Stopped out. Wrecked. This is why I don't typically trade coins in price discovery. A little too unreliable. But OP did backtest its all-time high. It broke it. OP has to get above 130. Or 330. Has to get back above this high. And it will reclaim this structure. And we'll be looking for some sweet targets. Maybe as high as $5, $6. $6.34. I like that. I like that a lot. If OP breaks 330, I'm looking for almost 100% move to the upside. Eventually to 635. I got my alerts set. See, his Dash recovered. Dash touched 43. Kind of the same scenario. In retracement. No one cares about Dash. Right at 618. Leo. It's a little ugly. It's a little ugly. Basically for Dash, I'm waiting, I guess, now for 76 to break. And then probably looking, maybe taking a little profit at 100, but looking for 139. That's the play, I think. Bitcoin. I told everybody that looked like crap, even though I love Litecoin. It had a flat bottom and descending lows. Broke to the downside. This is Litecoin versus Bitcoin. Luckily, it is right at the 618. It's right at this area of consolidation. I want to see this bounce. God, I want to see this bounce. Pray for me. Pray for me. Right. Here we go. S&P 500 is now at a critical juncture. Wow, this might get wrecked. S&P 500 bounced its 200 daily, lost it, and this was pretty much the exact candle where Bitcoin bounced from 19.5. Now back underneath, back testing it as resistance. If the S&P rejects here, look out below for stocks. Wowza. Wow. I might get riggedy wrecked. I really thought I was going to bounce that. Probably need to see as high as 4K to really get anything. This is kind of what I imagine is going to happen here now. I don't know. I can't unsee it. If you do reject from the 200 day, look for your areas of liquidity. That'll be around 3,700 and again at 3,500. Good luck, stocks. Good luck. Look at that little muted rally on the dollar. Dollar's 200 daily moving average rejected in December. Hasn't been able to get back above it. That's not a great take. It was 200 week. 200 week down near Adam. Down near Adam Clark's. He gave this to us earlier. Down near his target. Looks like 97-ish to 98. Oh, that's too beautiful to ignore. This is too beautiful to ignore. Look at the perfection there. Look at that. 1618 extension right at that 200 weekly. If the dollar breaks 100, oh man, it's gonna moon everything. 97.8 likely to bounce the dollar, maybe returning potentially just back to 100. Just like that. Beautiful. ADA. Not the best chart, not gonna lie. Not the worst, not the best. ADA breaks 79 cents or 80 cents again. It's pretty boned. Pretty boned. I mean, not forever, but it's kind of boned. At $1.20, which I think is likely it'll reach up to. Probably can re-examine this. This chart just is a little bit different than everything else, and I can't quite wrap my head around what it's got going on there. Ascending trend. This is a very capitulation wick. Right back to previous macro support. Like, that's pretty good. But you just haven't seemed to find bids yet. I do like this pattern. This reminds me of 2020 in March when Bitcoin hit 31K or 3100 right there. You have that V-shaped bottom that kind of bends over. You get a pop up. This would be like to 12K. Now you gotta hold that low. That's why I say under 80 cents is wrecked. Just to be like 12 when it fell back down to 9,800. This would be very interesting. I typically wouldn't look for that, but that capitulation V there draws my eye. ANKR looks like it put in a solid bottom as well, but still retracing. I'm liking this potential neckline up here at 5.7 cents. Returning to there would paint a pretty big inverse head and shoulders. So keep an eye on anchor above 5.7 cents. How are people still trading Luna C? I don't understand. I didn't understand it to begin with. This was looking pretty good at one point when it bounced. Maybe not so hot anymore. Now it's at 618. Interesting. I don't know. Maybe just shy of the 618 I could take a position there, but I just don't trust this. I don't know. Something about it. I just don't trust it. I don't want to look at it more. Sand in the weaker boat. However, the real take home for all these charts, guys, is this higher high into a higher low. You need the break of the higher high, and all of a sudden you have an uptrend. Need to hold these lows. These lows will be very strong lows if the highs are retaken. Oceany. Ocean-esque. Fed. Wow, that's pretty spicy. I have this weird feeling that FET is going to test its all-time high this year. There's no promises. There's no guarantees ever, obviously. I just have this feeling. It's really close. Well, I guess not. But for crypto, it is. Never mind. 180% to the upside. I still have that feeling. I don't know why. I'm not specifically bullish on FET. I don't own a specifically large amount or anything. I don't know. I just have this feeling. Really the same scenario. High or low, you got to retake your high. So many charts, man. Osmo looks like garbage. I wouldn't touch this. I wouldn't touch this till you at least break $1.20. RNDR, we called the top. 212 or something, 225. That's pretty solid. RNDR actually very, just looking at it, I like this fresh, naked take on these. Looking pretty solid from that dollar mark. Was your resistance. Now you tested it as support again. And this is going to be the condition of almost every chart. Just got to move back to the high. And if you do, then you get a juicy move to the upside. That was the shakeout. Maybe looking as high as 376. If your low breaks, I'd probably abandon ship. Probably. Ooh, APT. No one's talked about that in a while. Oh my god. This is maybe going to go down, fingers crossed, as one of the best of the best. Oh, look at this, baby. Look at this chart. Look at this chart. On APT, before the all-time high broke, not only did we call two very solid take profit targets, 1482 and 1758. We called, as it began to retrace, the retest of the previous all-time high at $10. It bounced. Now we're looking for 1482 for, what, a 48% gain. It already traded up to 1462. This is one of the best charts I've done. This is one of the best charts I've done in a long time. That's hella spicy. I don't know where this is going next. But he tested that previous all-time high. You get a lot of strength. If it does break through like 1480 here, I'd be maybe $20 looking to retest that high. We'll re-examine. We'll re-examine if that happens. Bitcoin has not moved at all. You know why? Because I went live. As soon as I go live, it gets a little pea shy. That's okay. As soon as I end the live, it usually goes nuts. Usually. But we're not done yet. Let me see how many likes we got. I'm going to pull up the chat again. I've been ranting for a while. I apologize. Yeah, I like ranting. I ain't apologizing. Ranting's fun. Where did my thing go? Okay. Okay. I think I deleted that. There it is. We have 600 likes with 1,000 viewers. That's not bad, actually. It's not bad. If we can get 1,000 likes in the next 30 minutes, 1,000 likes, that means we only need 400 more. I'll give something away. Maybe some BTC, maybe some memberships. I don't know. Something. Challenge is out there. Challenge is out there. J Mon the Moon, Fib Crib, Nature's Home, subscribed in the last 10 minutes. Thank you for joining us. If you're out there and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, hit the like button, enable notifications. If you don't, YouTube will send assassin ninjas after me. And I like living. It's pretty much all I do. Who's going to be here to rant about a chart for 4 hours a day if they kill me? Think about your choices. Think about it. Let's go, Pickle. Liked. Thank you, sir. A user Rolex. I have an old Rolex. The graph, please. J-Chap. All right. All right. I haven't looked at GRT in a bit. Pull it up. And close some of these other ones. Yields. I still never looked at yields. GRT. All right. We were... all right. GRT had a nice run. We did call pretty much the resistance to the penny here at 23.3 cents. We were looking for a retracement down to 12.8 or 13.2. It took its damn time, but it actually broke lower down to 10. Darn. About 20% underneath our potential entry. It is now back above. Not quite at its 618. Definitely see about 17 cents in its future. Day looks pretty strong. Stronger than some other charts. The week, I do have an issue here. The week has not given us our rollover signal yet, which is odd because if you look at other charts, even Bitcoin now has pretty much pulled that down to the zero line. So this is actually recovering slower, which is interesting because that was a pretty strong rally up, almost 400% off its low. It is interesting. 100% off its low and it only retraced to 382. I would expect it to be a little bit more brewish. Weird. Next upside target. So we did already test 23.3. Where would we look next? 37. We'll call it right here. 61. I'll call it 61.8 cents. I like that one. Let's make it 618. I like the fib ones. Make this 382, just to be goofy. There we go. Let's make this 236. Fib resistances. There you go. So you can remember them better. Fib resistance. On a retest of 23, I don't think it's likely that it's really going to hold price down. I think it's going to look to move to that 382. You can see you're still below your descending high trend, which is a little worrying. Maybe part of why it looks a little more sluggish. You have a strong base build here. You have an order block on the week just below 12 cents. You traded down to your low. You broke it, and it does look like you back-tested that order block. You did break through it, but you back-tested it. You got to see this low hold. I mean, maybe you can... Not financial advice. I'm not going to take this trade. But I think there could be a logical trade here. I'm not sure where your entry would be necessarily, but basically just targeting 10 cent as your stop loss on the low. I could see that playing out. And give it even a little more wiggle room if you want to play it up to 38, 381, 386, 382. All right, GRT's done. Bitcoin is getting a little mad at me, I think, for not looking at it. I can sense it's angry. 5 minute was in full bull mode. It has begun to roll over, which is not phenomenal. our highs and lows coming down on this very small time frame. Very small time frame. 10 minutes still holding steady. Bulls unable or unwilling to give up control yet. Now 15, this is where it gets sketchy. We were very, very bullish on all these time frames earlier. The 5 minute is very fickle. It goes back and forth. But is a little rollovery. The 15 here is what's interesting to me. We have a slightly lower touch, so perhaps we should look for this to roll over. Perhaps. That would be our classic TA. However, I'm watching this momentum. It does look like it wants to pinch. And more importantly, this VWAP here is at the 0 line after painting. I'll call this a higher high, even though I guess this is technically a lower high of respect here. Flipped red, you trapped orders. Based on how bullish the rest of the time frames were, I think I'm going to lean with it not rolling over. That might be a mistake in hindsight. 30-minute climbing back up. Beautiful highs. Full on bull mode, man. 45-minute, not still bull, but not so great. The hour was the issue here. We are so close here. High. Ooh. You got your high, you got your low, you got your lower high, you got your higher low. Your highs are coming down, your lows are coming up. And so which way does it break? I don't know. If we're going to lean on other time frames, probably to the upside. But all we need to see is money flow creep up and make a higher high. And this will be our continuation signal. I think that takes precedent over the 15. However, with that concept of higher lows, you can see that this could still roll over quite a bit. Not roll over. Pull down quite a bit. Still paint that higher low. You still have a lot of room there to potentially coil. So it doesn't necessarily have to be soon. And you can see downside price action as that money flow comes down. We just haven't seen it yet. We just haven't seen like any sign of it yet. We're still very bullish looking. 2 hour is just no F's given honey badger, man. Look at that. Straight up. It's like the equivalent of this sell-off. This sell-off right here is the inverse equivalent on money flow to this rally. It's like a 45-degree angle down, only lower lows and higher lows. Only lower lows and lower highs. That's a tongue twister. Same thing with money flow here moving up. These are like inverse moves. God damn, is that spicy. It's so spicy. What's up, Paul? I see you subscribed. Welcome. Welcome, Paul. Your Sultan Razbek also subscribed. Tomo16, Alex Pataki, Nix Digna. Welcome, fam. Welcome. What a good day. What a day. Guys, I go live. Bitcoin literally freezes. It just freezes in its tracks. Doesn't go anywhere while we're live. But I don't care because this is so damn spicy. We're back above the 200 weekly moving average on Bitcoin and on total crypto market cap simultaneously. That's a big weight off my shoulders. Just huge weight. Under the 200 on total. Very stressful. Well, stressful for me. Stressful for me. Retaking it is very affirming. Retaking it with a higher high, coming off a lower low, incredibly reaffirming. It's like the ultimate trap. The ultimate trap. What is next? Let's take a peek. Actually, let's go back. Let's go back to funding. Pull my trades. Long, obviously still open. 88% on the scalpy long here. Big boy long still open. Of course, around 6K in P&L. Let's look at funding. Now, funding shouldn't have changed. However, predicted funding might have. Funding did change, and it changed bad. Oh, wow. That's not good. If you guys were here at the start of the stream, kudos to you for making it this far. You're a real OG. And kudos to you if you just left the tab open and you're not here and this is just playing to an empty room. That's also fine. These were negative and they were predicted to be negative. Not as heavy as we've seen over this like last 3 days, but definitely not this. Not only is it token margin, but also USD margin contracts everywhere except for DYDX and BitMEX have neutral or heavy long funding. And that sucks. This is bearish. This is bearish. Not end of the world bearish, not doom Bitcoin's going to zero bearish, but bearish, retrace bearish. Typically when this funding gets high, so red means it's high positive, green means it's high negative, we see some downside because this is showing us that long positions are opening at a faster rate than short. And in order to keep the derivative exchanges pegged to spot, they use funding. So longs are now paying shorts to stay open at a rate of almost 0.3 APY per day on OKX right now. On CoinX, it's about almost an entire percent APY a day. That's insane. 0.25 is one of the highest ratings I've ever seen. I don't like this coupled with USDT margin contracts being high. That's not great. That's not great. I'm going to take that as a bearish signal, and I think I'm going to downgrade from 8 or 9 bulls to 7 bulls, sober bulls, for today's reading now. But I will say this. I'm not going to bet on this happening right now. I'm not going to make that statement that this is happening right now. But during bull runs, during large rallies, we definitely do have times where we see funding is very heavily positive and price continues to move up. It does happen. When it happens, it tends to kind of cascade happen into like very big parabolic runs that blow off top and move back down. So it's not that price can't go up, but for your knowledge or your value here, these being the opposite, being like minus 0.09, like minus 0.25, was a really good tip-off that we were going to keep moving up. The last 3 days or whatever, I've looked at this and pointed out on Twitter, in the Discord, on stream, that these fundings are bullish, and I don't think Bitcoin's done. Unfortunately, that does not the case now. It's the price to see that at. It's the price to see that at. Now, this could be essentially late longs entering, FOMO longs entering. You see the market pull back, liquidate them, and then you move up again. Maybe that pullback brings us where? To the 200 weekly. 200 weekly at, was it 25.2? Could be. I don't love it though. In 7.5 hours, these predicted rates will kick in. By then, they will have changed. That means funding just rolled over. They will have changed. So by the time funding does roll over again or register, I don't know, activate again, we may have negative. I'd keep an eye on this. In fact, I'm going to set an alert for later today to remind me to look at it. If they're very heavily negative, let's freaking go. Rip the longs. If they're still like this, I'm going to be a little more hesitant. I might look maybe to shore up some of these long positions that I'm not as comfortable with. That's not what I was hoping for. That's okay though. When we find new evidence, we adjust our outlook. It's that easy. Max Pain price for today has not changed. 24.2, same as when we started the stream. That is below the 200 week. That would not be ideal, but that may be even fitting. Maybe even like fitting for today's close to see a sell-off. Tomorrow's Max Pain 25.2 right at the 200 weekly. Closing below tomorrow and then above, or closing below today and above tomorrow would not be the end of the world. However, none of this is guaranteed. Our low time frames still looking very bullish, not really at all chilling yet. Really not chilling yet. Not chilling. Nice. We still have like 1,100 people. Bravo. We've been live for a really long time, and you're sticking it out. We're coming up on 2 hours now. If you're new here, definitely subscribe, enable notifications, join the Discord so you can keep up with our daily live streams. You'll see me live trading like a degen, sometimes not like a degen, like a smart person. But most importantly, the cutting edge of technical analysis, keeping you up to date on the charts and what's moving in a calm, emotionless, lower bias, hopefully, format. If you haven't signed up for Fairdesk yet, come trade with me on Fairdesk. They're an awesome derivatives exchange. They sponsor our channel. There's no KYC. Look them up. Do your homework on them, as I always recommend everyone do. They check out. They have all the licenses, registrations, etc. Those are not cheap. You don't see random exchanges with them. They're a big investment. They all have risk, obviously. But sign up using my link. It is in the video description below and in the chat. Helps support the channel. If you don't have a Bybit account, which I feel like everyone does, you can sign up using my link as well. That does support the channel. They are a sponsor. In addition, what to do? Here's the dilemma. Here's the dilemma, fam. If I stay live, Bitcoin's probably not going to move. If I end the stream, Bitcoin's going to do something. Ooh, this is not looking bad. Interesting. The 5 was being pretty rollover-ish. We had lower lows and lower highs on our momentum here. Remember, it's the 5 minute. This can change very quickly. I'm liking this move in the last, or in this candle right now, breaking that momentum swing high. If it can continue higher, maybe catch, do something like that, we could see this come back up. At the moment, though, the 5 minute is kind of slated to roll over. Does have a higher high, so maybe it rolls over like it did there. Something like that. I don't know how that would look. Boy, it will not take much to just fire this up, though. It will not take a lot. My computer's moving really slow. There it is. We literally in the last candle, we looked at the 15 minute and I said, this is a little sketch with this low. And usually we look for this to roll over with our longer time frames, not really suggesting that. We said this momentum looking like it might pinch here soon, and VWAP was at 0. VWAP now rolling over to positive, pulling price up. Money flow following suit, and there's our green dot of momentum pinching. Beautiful. Beautiful. I like it. Oops. And we're just stuck in 618s, dude. It's like boom, 618. Boom, 618. Boom, 618. We're just stuck on them. You don't see that often, actually. Retracement, move back to the 618. Literally move back to the 618. Literally move back to the 618. Watch. It's magic. Boom. There. That's like freakish. Look at that. That's freakish. I think this one would be support for now. Made a move up. You pulled back. You moved your 618. Moved your 618. Moved your 618. I guess what would go next? Let's try to get ahead of this. What's the next one? Where's the next one at? Literally right here. That'd be pretty spicy if it bounced there. Let's see. I hope it doesn't move back down here. I hope it continues higher on this run. I'd like to retest 26.2. I'd like to see a higher low. I'd like to see this resistance act out as a flat top and get hammered over and over and over again. That would be what I want to see. However, I don't know. We just did like 4 back-to-back 618 retracements. Might as well target 25.9. That's the next one. The problem here is we're going to get so zoomed in, and these price movements are going to be so tiny that it'll just look silly to mark them all. Let's see. That'd be pretty funny. Now, I don't even really think this is going to happen. It's just I noticed this happening, so I might as well see what that would look like. Boring. This is probably the path if I keep streaming. If I continue this stream live, by just into infinity. We're gonna have to like zoom in more and more and more to see it. Do we ever get 1,000 likes? We were unable to get 1,000 likes. That's okay. You guys did your best. I still love each and every one of you. Each and every one. What a good stream. I do wish I'd gotten up early today. CPI data, that I saw Jason Casper was on with like 2,500 people, dude. I was like, whoa. Good for him. He's such a good guy. We have so many good people in this space. Obviously, we have bad people in this space too. But how did we get so lucky? We have some really solid people who actually care about the viewers. That was not really true when I started streaming. Obviously, exceptions, but wasn't so true. I haven't gotten any more alerts, which is very odd. Very, very odd. Friendly reminder, though it's not the time now. Friendly reminder, March 22nd. Chirpow will be joining us live with perhaps even a rumored Tom Pow sighting. We'll see. On the 22nd, that stream is scheduled. Please, when you see it pop up on your feed or your homepage or whatever, click that little notify me button. Make sure you tune in. Those are our hypest days of the month. I think this one's going to be a banger. It's going to be a banger. Whole world's going to be watching the Fed. Can you imagine? So I had this theory, just while we're waiting for Bitcoin to move. I had this theory. What if the inflation data today came out really hot, right? Like projected 6% and it came in at like 8 or like 9, like some big number, big change that no one expected. Very like more and more inflation. What if that happened? Because with what happened with banks over the weekend, moving into the FOMC meeting, it'd be really interesting to have all of the data saying you have to keep increasing rates, but then the Fed literally just like not able to. Didn't happen. And data came in actually pretty cool, which is probably a better thing for everyone. We don't need hyperinflation for our things to moon. But that would have been a really interesting scenario. And if obviously it didn't happen this time, I wonder if that scenario will happen, where the Fed comes out to a meeting and is sitting there with a page of data that's just like, you have to increase rates. Like, this is getting out of control. What are they going to do? I don't see them crashing banks. I don't see them. I think they're going to do what they've always done. They're going to try to kick the can down the road. And I think kicking the can down the road is the slow submission to inflation. Just like, because it's not immediate, the banks, they can fold immediately. But inflation, that'll happen over time. That's what I think they'd do. No idea. There we go. We got another 618. Will we get another one? Will we see it reverse before it breaks its low and move back to 26K? If these retracements have shown us anything, the answer is maybe. A 5 minute though, did not pull up very high. That's not great. Getting a little heavier. 15 minute unpinched. Look at that fake out. Did not confirm the green dot on close. Lower low. 15 minutes looking to roll over. VWAP. Look at that. VWAP was even in the positive and moved back down. That's not great. We might not get this one. We might not get this move to 28. Or 26. 28. Maybe looking down here. 25.7. Sweep liquidity. You can see that. I wonder if this was actually the smarter play. I don't love it. I don't love it. New 4 hour started. You can always tell. If you watch the Bitcoin chart enough, like you can just tell when a new 4 hour starts. I swear to God, every new 4 hour has like the most boring price action. Like you have this big rocket candle. You trade it high, you get pulled back down. 4 hour rolls over and it just like sits there. Every time. If you guys have ever wondered why I turn the stream off sometimes, I'm just like, all right, we're done. It's almost always because I see a new 4 hour starts and it looks like this. Uh-oh, my connection's being weird. That's not good. But I guess not. Doesn't say that I lost connection. Arena of Valor Music, what's up, my man? Christy subscribed. Harsh Rana. Simon Bastier, Howard84, Praveen Yalaman Chili, Air Zoom East 1. I think that's about 100 subscribers today during the live. There's still time. If you haven't subscribed, there's still time. You can be the best you by joining us. Screw you, 4-hour candle. You're not going anywhere. Son of a bee. Son of a bee. That's okay. It's okay. What's up, Renee Silva, my man? A user. Spicy day. This is the spiciest of times, guys. It's not even a spicy day. This is the spiciest of times. We were at 19.5. Bears were claiming victory again. Only up, no pullback, retake the 200. I would love to see the day close up here. I would love to see the daily close up here. It'd be awesome. Really, we need the weekly to close up here, but I'll take the day closing up here, and then we can go for a week. We're right there. It's like 25,360. That's all we got to do. I drew this out earlier. This is what I'd like to see. Wait. This is what I'd like to see. A pop above this descending or ascending high trend. A bump and run. That's what I'd like to see. We are pretty extended here, moving all the way from that trend line up to a new high. So we may be seeing some pullback first. Obvious target. 200 weekly. 25.2. Right around there. It is also your 618 retrace of your move. It all lines up. It all lines up. It all looks good. Ah, we did break the low. We broke the low. No. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 5, 618 retracements in a row, and we just kept lining them up. They kept hitting. Looks like it broke here. Broke there. Probably sweeping the liquids. I would doubt that it moves up above 26.5 without breaking 25.7 here, without taking out this low. Basically, think of it this way. Every long position that FOMO'd in here is looking at this low and saying, all right, well, if that breaks the structure, I'll stop there. So as a market maker, what do? You tap the liquidity. You bring it back up. Paint out a little bit more of a bull flag. That's my best guess. If you see significant selling under 25.7, boom, 25.2 or 200 weekly moving average. I'll likely take a long from there. I'll likely make some kind of long there. All right. All right. We never got 1,000 likes. But you know what? I felt all of the 1,000 likes right here in the heart. That's where they really count. The moon was in our hearts all along, and that's what matters. What a spicy time, dudes. More spice is coming. More spice is coming. As crappy as it would feel, the best thing maybe this week that could happen would just be sideways trading above 25.2, closing above 25.2, and then moving up, like after the week's over. And maybe get a tap and move up. That would be ideal. We just want to stay above the 200 week. That's all that matters. We're going to be live again tomorrow, same time, same place, 10:30 East in the AM, the East Beast. Hopefully you guys join us. The best way to do that, you know how to do it. The best way to do that is by subscribing, enabling notifications, and most importantly, joining the Discord. I'm going to be airdropping Bitcoin to every single person. All you have to do is click the blue verify button when you're done. That's it. Or when you enter. That's it. You'll get some BTC. I'll make you all holders. This has been spicy. Watch 25.7, 25.2 at the 200. If we drop down, looking for a bounce. Been spicy. Bitcoin hasn't moved at all, though. And so it's time. Crown out. You're going to be redirected to the Chirp House stream on the 22nd. Don't forget, tune in, and we will be live again tomorrow. I love you, fam. Watch for Bitcoin. Watch for it to break out now, because I'm going to end the stream. Crown out.